technology, and I think specifically artificial intelligence, is truly becoming a general purpose technology. And by this, I simply mean that it is going to scale across everything. It's going to impact across the board. It is in many ways going to be comparable to electricity, I think. And you know, no one would ever say what industries are most impacted by electricity. That seems kind of a silly question. I mean, everything relies on electricity. And I think that we're going to see that the same is going to be true of artificial intelligence. It's literally just going to scale across every aspect of the economy, every employment sector, every industry. There isn't any area that it's going to bypass. And this is a bit different than many of the other important technological disruptions that we've seen in the past. For example, many people will point to the example of the mechanization of agriculture. You know, it was once the case that in most countries like Canada or the US, most people worked on farms, right? They were engaged in producing food. Now, if you look at employment in advanced countries, it's usually only 1% to 2% of the workforce that's engaged in agriculture. And that, of course, is the result of mechanization, of tractors and combine harvesters and all the rest. It eliminated millions of jobs in agriculture. And of course, that didn't lead to systemic unemployment. You know, those people did find jobs in other areas of the economy. But that disruption was fairly specific. It was limited to agriculture. What we're looking at with the advent of artificial intelligence and smart robots is something that's going to scale across the whole economy, not just one sector like agriculture, but really literally everything more or less in parallel. And so therefore, I think there's an argument to be made that it's going to be much harder for other areas of the economy to absorb workers that are impacted. So I do think that when you put these three qualities together, there is a pretty strong argument that we could well be looking at a different, you know, a qualitatively different disruption this time around.